Can you imagine a time when brutality was not an anomaly, but a way of life? A period so ruthless it makes the most violent scenes from today's action movies seem like child's play? Welcome to the prehistoric era, where survival was all that mattered, and the concept of civility was as alien as the concept of the internet. Our journey begins in the Paleolithic era, also known as the Old Stone Age, spanning from 2.6 million years ago to about 10,000 years before present. The earliest evidence of human violence comes from this very period. A skull found at the archaeological site of Kangera South in Kenya bears witness to this. It belongs to a Homo erectus and has 2 impact fractures, likely caused by the same object. This skull, dated to nearly 2 million years ago, tells a tale of a violent encounter, perhaps the earliest recorded evidence of interpersonal violence. Fast forward to the later part of the Paleolithic era, and we encounter the Neanderthals, our closest extinct human relative. Studies of Neanderthal skulls reveal a high incidence of injuries, particularly around the head and neck. These injuries resemble those of modern rodeo professionals, suggesting frequent close encounters with large, brawny animals. But it wasn't just the animals that posed a threat. Evidence from the Cima de los Huesos site in Spain, where nearly 30 Neanderthal skeletons were found, shows that at least 2 individuals had severe skull fractures, likely caused by fellow Neanderthals. Then came the Mesolithic era, or the Middle Stone Age, around 10,000 years ago. This period was marked by a surge in violence, perhaps due to population increase and resource scarcity. Excavations at Jebel Sahaba, a cemetery in Sudan, unearthed 61 individuals, almost half of whom had suffered violent deaths. Spear points were found embedded in their bones, and many had defensive wounds on their arms and hands. The brutality of the prehistoric times was unrelenting, reaching its peak in the Neolithic era, or the New Stone Age, around 5,000 years ago. The invention of farming not only led to settled life, but also to land disputes, resulting in organized violence. The discovery of a 5,000-year-old mass grave at Talheim, Germany, testifies to this. The grave contained the remains of men, women, and children who had been brutally killed by blows to the head. In conclusion, the prehistoric era was not for the faint of heart. This was a time when humans were as much the hunters as they were the hunted. The brutality of cavemen was a product of their environment, driven by the need to survive in a world where life was nasty, brutish, and short. They fought against predators, against each other, and against the harsh realities of their world. So, the next time you find yourself complaining about the state of the world today, remember, it could always be worse. You could be a caveman fighting for survival in the prehistoric era. Remember, history has a way of putting things into perspective.